So, I don't think anyone else is coming, right? You haven't heard back from Mariana, have you?
Nope.
Alright. So I guess we'll get started now that we're caught up with what happened last week. So, Crash and Snug are still by this bonfire, recovering after this tree attack. So what are y'all up to?
Well, Crash cannot actually regain HP without a trained mechanic. So he is just knocking the soot out of his armor and cleaning out the crevices as best he can with a sharp stick.
Okay. Snug, you got anything going on at this here bonfire, or what you guys have planned for next?
Unfortunately, I'm just going to try to meditate to get back in the good spirits of my god.
Okay, so you're meditating for the rest of the night, or
And
I mean, you guys did find these trees dragging corpses through the woods before Bones was uh, caught by them essentially and chased back to the bonfire.
yeah. Hmm. Okay, oh no, okay. I'm just going to try to recover myself. How much health would we recover overnight?
Um, making me pull out manuals. Oh shit! No, game, please stop. Okay. It would be um you can make camp, which would consume a ration, and if you're in somewhere dangerous, which I would classify these woods as dangerous, you would have to decide a watch order. You would
Which we just did.
when you would
Yeah,
wake
they
up.
kind of interrupted us
Yeah.
middle of the night, so
That's
there's
right.
probably not a whole lot of time left before daybreak.
Okay, I'm going to cure light wounds on myself.
Okay.
So I assume this counts as casting a spell.
It sounds very much like a spell to me. Yeah.
Pretty sure it does. So I'm going to roll whiz. What did I just do?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I popped out the messenger or something.
Oh, I don't know you can do that.
Yeah, I don't think you can. What did you do?
Yeah, you're treading on new ground here, as far as I'm aware.
I know you can pop out your character sheet.
Now, if you double click on the message, it pops
Oh,
out.
yeah. You can.
What?
You're welcome, friends. You are welcome.
Look at that. But you can't.
So yeah, I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds. God, fuck!
God fuck. You're not. Wait.
Yeah.
never mind, You're not the. Are you the cleric?
Yeah, he's the healer.
You're
Yeah,
not supposed to say God fuck.
it's a different god that he's talking about. All right. Does that have something specific that happens on your failure,
Okay,
or
when
do
casting
I
a spell.
just get to freewheel it?
Yeah, usually failures are just,
Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Okay.
yeah, fails are almost always GM discretion.
So.
Or player/GM discretion. Anything
Yeah,
the
yeah.
GM does, the GM can just be like, you do it.
Yeah, I understand
I
that.
think actually. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
So, I mean, what I'm saying, one of the options is the spell is revoked.
I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean.
It just means, like, it's no
Means
longer
I cannot
ready.
cast that again until I take a rest, take an hour to commune.
All right. I'll say that that spell is revoked, and in addition to that, there is a weird, like fiery glowing on one of the nearby regular trees, as if the god has now blessed that regular tree to beat the shit out of you guys as well.
Son of a bitch!
Apparently, awkwardly hitting on that servant chick did not go well for you.
That stuff really likes trees. Like, he is a fan of trees.
He's the god of bloody conquest and also trees.
The god of the bloody conquest of trees.
And just ask Snug, like, are you sure this is your god? Like, has he told you you're his chosen one? Or are you just like, has there been a contract at all? Like, do you know for a fact that he likes you?
It feels like a march for death, honestly.
Yeah.
Something is happening.
Crash tells Snug, well, I think things got a little rough here. Also, Bones ran off in the middle of the night. So, I put in a call for reinforcements.
Yeah. And as if on cue, you hear a loud screaming coming from up above you. Kind of like Tor's got thrown out of another airplane and is hurling towards the ground at great speeds.
Whee!
Kind of like that, or that.
Okay, it's that. It is that, and as you hear Tor screaming, you hear kind of a weird radio static, and then you hear Lupe kind of laughing through a radio on Crash's back, and then it just cuts out as Tor's parachute deploys, and he kind of sails down, and it gets stuck in one of the tree limbs on his way down, and he's just sort of hanging there.
I'm here to help, but first I need some help.
Which tree?
Help me
It's-
help you.
It's the glowing red tree. It seems to have grabbed his parachute.
Crash walks over and just grabs him by both ankles and yanks.
Ow, 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 ow. And yeah, cut loose the harness.
As
Because-
you cut loose the harness and you come tumbling to the ground on top of a Crash. Or I guess you just tumble on top of Crash, who doesn't really move because he's a giant robot.
So Crash, I also leveled up at the end of the last time, so Crash
did too.
asks Torres, "Hey, did you bring my package?"
Yes, I did. I mean, right before they launched me into that cannon, some guy said, "Here, take this." I didn't know what it was, but here it is. It is very heavy. Please take it out of my
Crash picks up a solid metal box of Nikes and opens it. They are giant cleats that gives him the immovable object trait.
Oh.
Whenever something tries to move him, he can roll Constitution against it and choose to either not be moved or on a 10 plus, instead push, drag, or throw the enemy who tried to push, drag, or throw him.
Ah, that's pretty cool. Does it help you go up hills?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I just wondering. All right. So installing your new mod, and now with your reinforced friendship bond, what are y'all up to?
No, I don't really know what's going on. I heard there were some tree people, and you pissed them right off because as I was flying through the air, I could hear the chatter of the pissed off trees saying they do not like. I was gonna say us, but really, let's be honest, it's you. It's you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Crash explains, yeah, the trees are alive, and we set a few of them on fire. That's about where we are in our investigation.
And that is accurate.
They did not like being on fire. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
That or they loved it so much it killed them.
Okay, they are not gonna like me. All right. What are we looking for?
Apparently vampires, I think, is what the consensus was.
Yeah. Crash lets Torres know, Also, we're pretty sure that no one here is a vampire, but we're also pretty sure everyone here is a vampire.
Did I see anything as I was careening through the air towards my buddies? That might give us a clue of,
There was a large rocky outcrop further on into the forest. It looks like there was some well-worn paths leading up to it. But other than that, it's like trails.
okay, I said Pats. Yeah, so while I was playing Human Cannonball on the way to see you guys, I did see some paths over this way leading to, I don't know, some sort of creepy. Everything's creepy looking here, but I mean this place looked maybe a little extra creepy.
Yeah, wherever those things marched off to, they seem to have a destination in mind. So maybe the end of that path is where they're heading home to roost.
I mean, that's just a suggestion. You guys, I've just been here like 20 seconds. I thought maybe you would have more information, but I guess if we're just going off of my,
We have no information.
my airborne
Zero
reconnaissance.
We lost Bones, and I am, by make and model, a follower, not a leader. So please tell me where to go.
Please help.
All right. I mean, if we don't have any other leads, let's do this.
Yeah,
I'll lead the way.
Yeah, so Tor's marches off in the direction of where these giant tree things came from, headed towards this path that he saw in his aerial view.
yeah. Crash stomps along behind him.
I follow crippled.
Crippled. Did you ever pick up your hammer that you threw?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay,
We weren't around, but I totally picked it up.
gotcha.
Telling you, man, chains. Chains change everything.
Yeah, the whole game's different. Yeah, so you guys head through the woods. It's pretty gnarly going as you head towards this path. Very thick underbrush growth, gnarled roots kind of grabbing at your ankles. You finally make it along this well worn out path. It's maybe 5 people wide. 5 normal people. Crash, I guess, counts as probably 2. Standing shoulder to shoulder. It's definitely very beaten down. You can see that it's been trotted quite a bit as of late. The underbrush is all stomped down or pushed out of the way and cut. It leads on to a rocky outcrop that kind of houses a small cave that you can see off in the distance through the dense tree growth.
Crash says, one of these days, we will have a mission above ground, and it will be glorious.
Well, yeah, you have had one under the sea so far.
Today is not that day. Is there anything? I guess what do I really want to do? Never mind. I don't have any like trap sensing or any abilities like that.
Do I notice
Blow shit up.
anything weird about the trees? Do they look like normal trees here?
Most all the trees seem normal. They're swaying in the brisk 11 p.m. wind, except you notice that there are 2 trees near the entrance to this small cave that seem to not be swaying with the rest of them. They're just stoic.
I report these to the group.
I say that we don't take chances and just burn it down.
The whole forest.
Burn it down.
Hearing that, Torres perks up, and you've never seen him like more at like. Usually he seems like really uncomfortable in his own skin and just like not really sure he ever wants to be anywhere. But this, like, he is at home with this suggestion.
A single tear. I thought you'd never ask.
So like literally as the words "let's burn it" like before I finish the sentence, uh, Torres is reaching into his pack and just
Mhm.
taking out handfuls of black powder and
Yeah.
just like la 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 throwing it like over his shoulders. Um, yeah.
I'm tired of trees. Trees can go fuck themselves.
I mean, Torres doesn't even know that like these trees have been coming alive to murder you. He's just like, oh, we have to burn. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I will light a match and let it loose and just start a good old forest fire.
Oh, you're just setting the woods on fire in general that you guys are standing in?
Well,
Those
just
specific
the
trees.
just those specific ones that weren't.
So you're
Weren't
getting
swaying.
so you're getting close enough to these trees to sprinkle powder on them? I'm trying to figure out how you're doing this and what you're setting on fire.
So like, how? All right. So as we approach, they're ahead of us, right?
Yeah, they will be in front of you. That's correct.
Yeah, I guess I'm going up and getting in range of just to like sprinkle. So I guess like a few feet away.
Okay. So as you come into this few feet away ring, you notice that now they're starting to move, but they don't seem to be swaying with the wind. And you see the one on the far side of the path start moving towards you, as the one on the near side of the path is probably within gunpowder sprinkle range.
Torres looks back to the rest of the group and says, "Is there anything I should know about these trees before I go probably pissing them off and setting them on fire?"
Trees are
Crash
bad.
yells, less questions, more burning.
All right, so I will. I'm gonna like lay down a line of black powder in front of me,
Okay.
and then kind of back away, back towards the group,
Mm-hmm.
and light it ablaze, creating a firewall, so to speak, between us and them.
Okay. So you do this, and the trees kind of seeing this firewall don't cross through it and shy away. And then I need each of you to make a dexterity check.
Oh my god.
Man. All right. So since they're blind throws, I'll count the two partials as successes. The one failure, a large rock or series of rocks from these two come careening through the firewall, being thrown at you. Crash and Torres manage to just kind of like Torres manages to dodge around, and Crash just kind of stands there as rocks go sailing past him, missing, just due to pure dumb luck. But one of the larger ones hits Snug pretty square in the chest, doing 1d4 damage and kind of knocking him back slightly.
How does it feel?
Not good, probably.
It's bad, man. That's how you squash toads, I guess.
Man, I really kind of hope I don't kill you tonight because I really wanted to find the What You Say song for when I kill one of you guys. But I couldn't find the soundbite in Roll20.
We can recreate it.
Have you seen that SNL skit?
Yes. Have you seen the Fallout 4 mod?
No.
There's a Fallout 4 mod where that song plays every time your character dies.
I added it for you, by the way.
I have way
Oh, did
too
you
many
find it?
games right now to play.
Yeah, the song is called Hide and Seek.
Ah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if the version is any good.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if...
Song.
It is a good song. I just didn't... I wanted that one part. I don't remember if there was intro in the song or not.
It's a long intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole song.
All right, so you take this boulder square to the mass, and it does some damage to you, knocks you back a bit. So now you guys have what seems to be two alive trees on the opposite side of a firewall throwing rocks at you.
How far away are they?
I don't know. How close did you set the firewall?
Like, I'll say like between 8 and 10 feet
Okay,
between the firewall and the trees, and then back to wherever the group was.
so they're about 8 feet from the far side of the firewall.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna do what I do.
Sets another firewall.
Crash has a suggestion in that we fought these things last night, and they don't go down easy. If they are controlled by the curtain, maybe we should check that cave for a music box and just turn them off.
I mean, I guess so, but
Yeah, that's the best plan I got right now.
I have a bandolier full of grenades that are calling my name. So just throw them at them.
From past experiences, they're actually calling my name, so
Huh?
maybe be a little careful with them.
It's towards and
Yeah, I don't see the problem with that.
So yeah, Crash runs it by the group, but I think we should dart into that cave and maybe just run straight to the source, because
As you're saying that, I'm already hopping towards you.
So the cave is on the far side of the fire with these trees, right? Do you guys know that?
like we do now.
Okay, so there's
right.
the trees were on either side of the entrance to this cave, which are both on the far side of this wall of fire.
Right.
Alright, I have an idea. Torse. I mean,
Yes,
never mind.
yes, you are.
He's
Correct.
talking to himself now.
Oh no,
He has
Crash is what I meant to say.
has a gun and he talks to himself.
he has 2 guns.
Tell me about your eyes, and do you need them to, like, how do you perceive the world around you? This is not a metaphorical or metaphysical question.
A series of very complex and delicate scanners.
Mm-hmm. And, if everything here were covered in smoke, would you be able to navigate us between these dangerous, angry tree people?
I could see maybe a foot in front of me.
No, crap. Wrong answer. How about you, Snug? You got any magical heat-seeking
No.
vision?
I don't have any smoke seeing powers.
So the alternative is Crash could just pick up Tors and run through the firewall, assuming Snug can jump over it, and we can just try and muscle our way into this cave entrance. Because the
That
trees aren't
is-
very fast.
That is an assumption.
Who wants frog legs? Who wants fried frog legs?
Seriously, that's a possibility because I'm at 6 HP right now.
Crash is just being super racist. Like, you're a frogman. You can jump over anything, right?
Yeah, it's a
All frogmen jump.
yeah. You play basketball, right?
Frogmen are born with an extra bone in their legs that makes them better.
I mean, this is true. I do have jumping abilities.
But I would say, yeah, Snug should probably be the one you grab, because I just woke up from a nap before you guys woke me up to come help, so I'm feeling good.
just woke up from a nap in a capsule hurtling towards the ground.
It was a Lupe special. Don't worry.
It was also Torres' fault, because Torres snuck in to take a nap in an escape pod.
Yeah, I should have known better. So I tell the group, I've got these smoke grenades, and I just made them, and I've just been like itching to use them on anything. So if you think it'll help, I'll use them, and just give me the word.
So Crash has the idea, tuck them under Crash's arms and make him the source of the smoke, and then when you run screaming into the cave, it'll conceal. No, it'll probably just make a smoke trail right to where he is. Also, I don't know if the trees need their vision to see, so maybe making a smoke field will put them at a distinct advantage.
Is there any way around them, or do we have to go through these things?
I mean, you're in a forest. you have to go past them to get into the cave.
Yeah, we have to go past these things.
You do not have to run through a wall of fire should you choose to try to go around it. Because
Literally,
we can
as
think in
Crash and Snug-
three-dimensional space.
as Crash and Snug are like debating the different strategies we might employ, Torres gets very impatient and he looses a grenade at them. Just a regular one.
All right.
It's my thinking grenade. It's
So,
a loud explosion in the background.
So how big is your wall of fire?
It's not that big. It was just like literally like a line of black powder on the ground set ablaze. So it's not like a literal wall of fire.
Okay.
It's just like maybe like knee high, just to kind of dissuade trees from walking through it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a grenade and I'm just gonna lob it at these guys, which is a volley,
Yeah,
I believe, which is dexterity.
that's right.
All right.
All right. So
And last time we played, we learned that they have piercing 2,
uh-huh.
which we found out after I heard Crash way more than I thought I would.
That is true. So partial success on a volley. So either I'll say
Oh,
either
so I have things for a partial. Sorry.
yeah, I see him. I have it up. So I'll let you choose either you don't quite aim the grenade well and you do 1d6 less damage, or you throw multiple grenades to ensure that one of them hits and you lose 1 ammo. You do use ammo, right?
Yeah, I have 8 total.
Okay.
So I'll do 1d6 less because it's still a lot of damage. Wait, no, that's only 1d4. No, fuck it, I'll throw 2.
All right. So you throw 2 grenades. You land you land a grenade on one of the 2 tree things on the far side of this fire. So go ahead and roll your damages.
So this I'm a little bit confused about. So the gear, the bandolier says they do 1d10 damage. That's not in addition to my damage, right? That's like
That would
these
be
things
just
themselves.
the damage of the grenade. Yeah, you do 1d10.
Okay. And then it's piercing 2 if they have any armor.
Okay. So you do this damage to one of the trees. The large explosion kind of racks one side of it. You can see a large portion of the wood splinters off in the explosion as it goes flying away. The tree is still moving, but you can tell that it is heavily... What the fuck was that? Alright.
What happened?
It sounded like you went through a waterfall? Maybe?
Oh, me? Was it from me? Sorry.
Yeah, it was from you.
I think it was Jason.
I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
Logan.
I didn't hear it, so it was probably me.
Okay.
I heard it.
Yeah, so you do a decent amount of damage to this one tree. You can tell that it is definitely worse for the wear, as a large portion of its upper head, as it were kind of blown off into a fiery shower of splinters and wood chips. It's still moving around, and as you're doing this, the other one seems to have grabbed hold of a smaller tree and ripped it from its roots and makes like a large sweeping motion, knocking away all of your gunpowder and flame wall with this large tree limb, sort of clearing a path between you all and these 2 trees.
Well, that was my idea. I was getting bored. Sorry, everyone.
Crash will make an attempt based both on his own charisma and also the trees' sentience. But Crash will yell, "Good job, Torres, throwing that grenade full of wood lice."
Yeah.
Mine.
Doesn't go well. In response to your attempt at persuading these trees, which they probably didn't understand. He then hurls the small tree that he was using in your direction, which may or may not, but definitely is on fire from the firewall that he used to push away.
But is it also sentient?
The tree branch is not sentient, no.
Aw.
At least not as far as we are
Mauled by
aware.
Baby Groot. Yeah, bring it.
Yes, so it is flying towards you. You're just taking it on the chin.
Yeah, I will brace for impact.
All right. So it will slam into you as you brace yourself. So I guess take a D6 divided by 2, round up.
Ah!
Yeah, there you
One
go.
damn.
1 damage.
Which is nothing for my armor.
That's true. Yeah. So you brace the storm as this tree just kind of crashes off of you. The fire sort of hits you but doesn't do anything. And
Just
it
like investing. Always investigate option D, do nothing.
that's right. And it just sort of falls to the ground uselessly in front of you as the trees start shambling in your direction, kind of perturbed that they weren't able to do anything with their projectile. What's Snug up to? Is he still just sad?
Snug is moping, so we can put away past the trees. So I feel like I'm holding people back. So I'm going to try to sneak around the side while their attention's on them,
Okay.
and find a way into the cave from around the side.
Okay.
Is that a roll, or do I see something?
Right now, their attention's pretty much fixated on Crash and Tors as you're sneaking around the side. You don't really see any other entrance into this rock encampment, this rock tunnel, but you can. You're definitely now sort of flanking on the side of the trees, and you have a clear route to the cave for you to take it while they are distracted by these two.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to jump as far as I can to get as close to the cave entrance as possible before being noticed.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Is that Dex, probably?
Yeah, I would say that's Dex. Dex for sneaking / sleeping.
Alright, and this is a +1 since I'm a frog.
Sure. That math checks out.
No, it's legit. That's my trait, my race trait that I made up.
2d6 plus frog.
Yeah, so 9 is partial, correct? So
Yeah.
either you haven't moved as close to the cave as you want to yet, or you are now at the entrance to the cave, but the trees have noticed you and shifted their attention to you.
I'm going to say haven't moved as far as I wanted,
Mhm.
but they're still focused on the other two for now.
Okay. So now, having thrown this tree branch, the other one that is partially blown up has set his sights on Tors and is sort of barreling forward as quick as a large tree ant type deal can. And he is just sort of swinging wildly at Tors.
I'm going to try to dodge out of the way by being dexterous. Yee! That's scarier. That's spookier than I realized. On a serious note, this thing is trying to murder you.
Yeah, just
Wait, I like the idea that Crash like quietly passed this to me. It's like,
yeah. I forgot that you hadn't actually seen them, but that's what's coming to punch the shit out of you.
Crash has like an Epson printer embedded in his upper thigh, and it just like it just prints out, and he's like, "Here, this is trying to murder you right now."
It comes out of his mouth like a
I would
Polaroid
enjoy it.
picture.
Yes, that's what it is. All right, so I will definitely partially dodge
Barely.
this thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say deftly.
Almost definitely.
So as you're fiddling around with your grenade bandolier, you accidentally drop one onto the ground, and as you bend over to pick it up, his swing comes across and just sort of catches you slightly and knocks you off balance as he does 1d6 divided by 2 damage to you and sort of grazes you with his large arm. So,
And I have 1 armor, so that's 1. Right.
yeah.
Okay, but I didn't lose a grenade. That's really all I care about.
Yeah, you just happen to dumb luck your way into half damage.
Yeah.
Hit points come and go, but grenades are forever.
No.
Until they explode.
Except for that one that you lost a little while ago when you threw 2. But other than that...
Well, you know.
I like the idea that the grenade rolled short, so you threw a shorter fuse grenade to blow up and throw the first grenade into place.
That's right. That
We call that grenade pool.
yeah.
Just bocce ball with grenade.
Yeah, grenade trick shot. Yeah, so Crash, what you got going on?
Alright, how many of these things do I see? And also, do I notice Snug sneaking off, or is he even too sneaky 5 me?
There are just 2 of them. You can see Snug sort of on the far side of these trees now, but you're not really sure what he's doing since he didn't tell you. You just see that he's on the backside of these trees, sort of like Scooby-Doo creeping.
Alright, so Crash doesn't want to chug through these things' entire life force again, knowing how hard they are to kill. So he's going to try and make one intimidating display and hope that these, like many other things, will run away when they're going to die a horrible death. So whichever one is closest to Crash, I want to walk up, I want to jam my hand into its terrifying mouth hole and just rip all the bark out of its mouth all the way down its face and chest.
All right. I have no idea what kind of check that is. Strength, probably.
Oh, it's a bark ripping check.
Well, this is awkward.
Yes, it is. So you slam your hand into the mouth of this tree, and it just sort of bites down on you. And your hand is now kind of stuck there. as he
right.
as he makes a swing with his right hand, trying to knock you out of his mouth, essentially. Because not only is he biting down on you, but you are also gripping onto part of his insides in some sort of weird robot tree stalemate.
Can I want to toss Crash a grenade. I just want to like lob it to him, disarmed, of course. But I want to say, hey, I bet this guy would not like the taste of this grenade. If you know what I'm saying, shove it in his mouth, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Crash gets to make a dex throw to see if he can catch this grenade with his one hand.
Yeah, to do so, I'll have to drop my hammer because my one hand is in the tree's mouth, the other one is holding the hammer. So I'll have to drop my hammer to try and catch this.
Yes. Oh, I fucking caught the shit out of it.
Yeah, you have caught this grenade. So now the grenade is in your free hand, and your other hand is lodged in the mouth of this tree.
Can I double down and shove the grenade hand into its mouth as well?
You can try to, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the greatest day of my life.
Alright, so I don't totally know how to pull the pin on one of these, and I should have figured it out before I put it in its mouth, but with both hands and a grenade inside this thing's mouth, I'm just gonna fondle around with this grenade and maybe bang it around a bit to try and get it to set off.
Yeah, so now both of your hands are in this tree's mouth. He is biting down on your hands, and you are fiddling with a grenade. So, Snug, are you still sneaking around the backside?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak into the cave entrance if possible.
All right, so go ahead and make another sneaky dex check.
Sneaky Dex.
Oh god.
Sneaky Dex. Level up.
Snug is really getting
Power
some
leveling.
field experience here.
Yeah, well, he's testing the waters and all these different roles, right? He's like, I'm a frontline cleric fighter. I'm really bad at that. I'm a sneaky rogue, also bad at that. He's just trying to find his niche, right?
It's not coming. Niche is not coming.
So,
Maybe you're more of a stay-at-home frog.
yeah,
It's the
so
moisture content here. You're just too dried out for this.
Snow sneaking towards the cave, you kind of keep Scooby-Doo creeping. Neither of the trees seem to really notice you, as one of them is dealing with trying to eat Crash's hands, and the other one is still trying to punch the shit out of Tors, who keeps miraculously idiot dodging him. And as you're sneaking up towards the cave mouth, you feel the ground give way below you, and you just sort of fall into a basic pitfall trap, which I think is super demeaning as a frog. So you'll take a D4 falling damage, and then like -1 to your frog heritage.
Hey! I have armor. Does this count as armor?
I don't think falling damage is going to be reduced by your armor.
I'm okay with this.
So now you're sad at the bottom of a hole as Tors is continuing to mingle with his tree bro, and he sees Snug fall out of view miraculously in the distance. So what are you trying to do now there, Tors?
I would like to just like get. I've realized that I can't fight this thing with brawn probably, so I'm just gonna try to run towards my buddy Crash.
All right.
Yeah, while you run over, Crash turns and says, "How do you turn this thing on? I don't understand."
I mean, you pull a pin and you put it where you want a thing to used to be.
I did this in the wrong order.
Crash, I don't have nerves in my fingertips. How am I supposed to find a pin?
Oh, alright. Well, you did such a good job catching it and sticking your hand in his mouth. I thought you kind of had everything under control.
Trajectory is really easy to calculate.
Alright, so he's got both his hands in this thing's mouth. What are the tree's hands doing?
Which tree are you talking about? Because one of them is trying to punch the shit out of you as it chases you down, and the other one is trying to punch Crash as he holds him still.
The one trying to punch Crash, his hands are otherwise occupied?
Yes, the tree that is trying to punch Crash is occupied with trying to punch Crash.
Okay. I don't know if I have a way to blow up this grenade while it's inside his mouth. Except by maybe shooting my gun in his mouth too, but like...
Wait, don't you have out with a bang? Like when you die, doesn't everything near you explode?
Oh yeah.
So we just have to kill you.
Ooh.
Well, he has to get eaten by the tree, and then we can kill him.
I have other grenades. I could just explode them.
No, I think they're getting eaten and then dying. I think that's probably the best way.
Yeah, I think we've solved the puzzle. Just do it.
Figured it out.
Puzzle dungeon master.
We killed Tor.
I want to drink from all the fountains.
So I can identify any volatile chemo on site.
Great.
I noticed volatile chemo.
I- Yeah, there's fucking,
just like-
there's wood everywhere.
I'll figure it out. You go put a grenade in that one's mouth. I've got it handled.
Alright. I thought we were gonna do teamwork, but okay.
Yeah, so, Crash, go ahead and
What's
roll a dex check to see if you can find this pin.
Can I just roll a strength check to clap my hands together really hard? Yeah, here. Fumble check.
Oh, an 8. So, how about the grenade goes off, but you are unable to clear out?
So, to find the pin, Crash just like wedges his head into the mouth with his hands. Like,
Yeah.
there it is.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be in here.
Yeah. So you
Pull its mouth open.
you wedge yourself even further in there. You manage to find the pin and pull it, and it will detonate, but you are unable to get away. So I guess go ahead and roll the grenade damage.
Then yeah, you can roll it.
Me?
Yep. And it's got piercing too. So I get
Yeah.
1 armor against this. So I'll take 5. That hurts.
Yeah. So this one is also in a bad state. Its head has mostly been blown off in a giant flame of shrapnel and fire. But it is still lumbering. It's in about the same state as the other one now. And Crash's hands are now free as the upper jaw of this tree has been blown away, along with Crash.
Aha! Success! I freed your hands. I would just like to. So, am I still being chased by the one behind me?
Yeah, he is. He
Okay.
is still shambling after you. Yeah.
All right. I'd like to kind of turn around and lower my blunderbuss at one of his legs to try. Is one of his legs? Is he? Did I hear that right? That he's kind of off kilter on one of his legs.
Not on one of his legs, but you could probably make one of his legs off kilter if you
Yeah,
were
let's do
to
that.
try to do that.
I'm gonna lower my blunderbuss
Okay.
and shoot at his leg.
All right.
Cool.
Partial. Yeah. So you line up your shot with his leg, pull the trigger, and it just blows it off. Like the shrapnel sort of just rips right through it. The weight of his midsection sort of shatters the remaining support in that leg, and in doing so, he starts tumbling forward and kind of timbers right on top of you, doing
Ooh.
D6 blunt damage unless you can evade or cause him to stop falling in some way.
Yeah, let's try to evade. I'm not good at the stopping falling things. Oh my god, I'm rolling
Yeah.
I'm rolling crazy today.
Must be nice.
I'm getting all those extra dice that Snug has
Yeah, so you managed
lost.
to dodge roll out of the way as this large mass sort of timbers down off kilter. He sort of rolls onto the ground and explodes into a cacophony of wood chips and is no longer moving. Snug, what do you got going on at the bottom of this pit?
You guys, from somewhere you can't really see, hear a really exasperated, sad croak. And I will try to hop out of the hole.
Yeah, I hear you get +1 +1 because you're a frog.
Jeez.
Shit. Partial success for jumping out of a hole. So you managed to hop up, but due to your hurt frog ego, you don't quite make it all the way out of the pit. You have miscalculated your jump slightly, and you manage to only get high enough to kind of grab onto the edge. And you're going to have to kind of take some time to struggle up out of the lip of this pit.
Okay.
Croquet.
Croak.
So the splintered one in front of me, is it almost done?
Yeah, it is in a bad way. Pretty much another strong hit is going to knock it out.
Alright, well then that's what I'm going for. I'm just gonna try and bull rush it to death.
All right. Yeah, so you managed to.
Do I happen to bull rush it into a nearby pit that looks convenient at the time?
Oh, almost. I was going to go with you managed to bull rush it into the side of this rocky cave structure, and as you bull rush it, it sort of explodes apart into a bunch of wood, and you kind of continue on and slam face first into the side of this rock wall, just
Both
doing
are on
like
brand for me. Both
Yeah.
moves work for Crash.
yeah. So the collision with the rock wall will probably do, I don't know, a D4 damage to you.
This is nothing.
Yeah, he's nothing. And the tree sort of explodes apart and stops moving. You guys are free to collect yourselves after what was supposed
Collect
to be
your compatriot.
yeah, what was supposed to
Inside
be
the
an
pit.
an easy encounter. You guys managed to kill 6 of these the other day. I just want to make sure you were aware of that. This was only 2.
We had a lot more fire last time.
Yeah, but you didn't have the grenadier whose job it is to make fire.
I made some fire. What are you talking about? I did a good job of making fire.
I took 5 points of that damage.
Yeah, I did good fire.
Crash looks around for Snug. Takes roll call. Is Snug still struggling, or is he out yet?
Yeah, I'm struggling at the side of a pit.
he's on the side of it, and he's not physically struggling, but more mentally struggling about getting out of this pit.
Crash walks over and leans down and extends a hand. And he can't make facial expressions, but he's super smug about this.
Nothing? Did a frog give up on everything?
Snug is just like, his eyes are closed, contemplating, like, am I really gonna accept?
Yeah.
I accept your help.
Begrudgingly.
Crash tastefully waits about 30 seconds before he just straight up points out, remember that time you didn't help me up a pit right away?
No.
Yeah.
To the cave.
To the cave. Yeah.
Onward and inward.
Yeah, so you guys walk into this cave. It's not super large, kind of a bit bigger than Crash. The ceiling's maybe 6 inches above his head. You could stand maybe 3 normal-sized humanoids abreast. It starts off as sort of just rough-hewn rock walls, but as you guys make your way further in, there's no real branching paths, and it starts to become more neater walls. They seem to be as if they were carved out rather than a natural formation, leading further and further in.
What kind of carved out? Does it look like tools or naturally?
It looks like there were tools that were used to dig out the further in walls.
Can I detect any explosive or volatile chemicals in the cave? If so, I want them.
You can detect traces of dynamite. You sense that it was probably just residue left over from blasting out the cave and then tooling the walls to be less jagged.
I do like a long inhale, and I'm like,
Just it doesn't make any sense to the other two because it just looks like you're sniffing a rock wall.
Crash moves away a little bit.
You also sense that there's like flammable oil inside of Crash, but you're not totally sure in which compartment.
I will make note of that for later. I guess we have to go. We got nowhere to go but in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
you're moving further in. You're noticing that there's no branching paths at all. It's a single pathway. You can tell by
Slug
the
comments that it looks like they were digging specifically to a point.
yeah. As you move on, you notice that the floor is very well worn. There are signs that something has obviously been dragged through here hundreds of thousands of times, probably. And continue. Yes. What?
No, nothing. I'm good.
Um,
Fast.
Fair enough. You move further on and further on. Eventually, you start noticing that it is a light coming up at the end of this very long tunnel. The walls are now pretty much square. If you didn't know that you had entered through a cave, you'd probably think you were just in a cellar somewhere.
Can we hear anything? Like, is there any indication that anybody else is down here with us?
You don't hear anything from behind you as you walked through and past. There was pretty much no branching paths, nothing to sneak up on you. As you get further and further ahead, you can kind of hear sounds of people working, couple muffled voices. You can't really tell who they are or what they may be or how many there may be up ahead of you.
As what I'm guessing is the sneakiest one of the group, can I kind of scout ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. As you get closer and closer to light, you're eventually going to have to make a dex check if you want to try to remain unseen or unheard.
Yeah, I'm gonna push my luck with my good rolls tonight and roll dex.
Isn't dex like your wheelhouse? I thought that was like your thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, push your luck with rolling the thing that you're supposed to be best at. Yeah, so
Don't joke.
yeah, so you definitely managed to sneak up this time. It's the correct use of the word. As you get closer and closer, you can kind of hear. It sounds like a large amount of people. You kind of manage to sneak up closer and closer. There is a very standard kind of wooden door. It's got a small keyhole that you can peek through, and you manage to sneak up to it without anyone hearing your presence from the other side. Looking through, you manage to see a bunch of servants sort of scurrying about a kitchen, sort of cooking and preparing different dishes.
Did they look malicious at all? Like, are they just kind of... Is this their home?
Yeah, you don't really see anything malicious about them. They're just cooking different dishes, stirring pots, plating food. You see the occasional more finely dressed servant come in, pick up a finished tray of food, and then leave through a set of stairs to an upper floor.
And are they like humans or dwarves or what?
Mix of everything.
Okay. I'll kind of creep back off the door and report to Snug and Crash what I
Okay.
just saw. Do you guys know what's going on here? Because I'm starting to get a weird feeling that we're breaking and entering in some nice cave monster's home that maybe doesn't want us, and maybe he's just, wants some dinner.
Yeah,
Or
Crash,
somebody trying to hide out.
I only expected to see music boxes in this cave.
Well, I wasn't briefed. I was just sent here to blow things up and bail you guys out. So,
Yeah, you were briefed the same way they were.
I mean, I was technically, but I was not listening.
Crash says, well, I mean, I'll ask one of them what's up, and if things get weird, throw a grenade.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to die.
That was my plan anyway. Like, you're not gonna tell me to throw a grenade. So I guess we're just gonna knock on the door, huh? And be polite.
I mean, we could try to bluff our way in. I mean, I could introduce myself as a new waiter robot, but I mean, we could also just ask somebody what's up.
What is what's your charisma?
Not great. It's a 1.
Mine's a -1, so don't worry about me.
I'm a 1.
I'm just gonna stay in the shadows.
And sulk. Oh, we've got emo Snug here today.
Seriously.
I feel like it's gonna be hard to bluff because like we literally don't know anything about anything. Like we can't even be like, hey, we brought this robot. They'll be like, we are the anti-robot monks, and what are you talking about?
Oh right, the anti-robot monks.
You know what I mean. So should we bluff or should we be honest?
I mean, we are here on official arts business, so
Yeah, let's throw that weight around.
Okay. And then I duck behind Crash. Like, you're the scariest looking one of us, so you first.
Crash does his best with his unchanging facial expression. He switches the color of his eye lights to red. That's probably the most intimidating Crash gets. But yeah, he marches in and plays the pre-recorded arts introduction, MP6. That's right, they're all the way up to 6 in this setting.
Yeah, so you play your arts intro. As you come through the door and start spouting out your arts propaganda, a couple of the serving people sort of kind of look at you and give you a weird look, and then they just kind of get back to their business. They continue to prepare food and ignore you as your message plays out to the end.
I like sneak up behind him, like elbow it, and like play it again.
I do. I play it again on a slightly louder volume.
Yeah, none of them even look up this time. They are pretty much all aware that you're there, but they seem much more busy tending to their tasks at hand.
Who's the physically least imposing person in the room?
There's like a 14-year-old girl over on the side cutting vegetables.
That one. I
So
want to
she has a knife.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah, no. Any elderly around that could browbeat?
When did we turn into like bullies?
There's like a 80-year-old man off in the corner just stirring a pot. There's nothing in the pot. They just want to keep him busy and out of the way.
That one. Let's do that one.
I look around.
Around us. Does everybody around us hear our plans of like who is the weakest one? So that we can motivate them?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that they heard you, but they also seem to not care about you whatsoever.
So on the way over, Crash makes a mental note. Is there any garlic being prepared in the room?
Only on one side.
I grab a little bit,
No.
and I take it
No.
over to the old man with me.
Okay.
I casually run it under his nose as I introduce myself.
I don't. All right. So as you run it under his nose, he sort of you see his nose twitch as he sniffs it. One of his elderly hands sort of raises up and he grabs it and then puts it into his pot of no other ingredients and continues to stir.
Alright, fair enough. Probably not a vampire. So yeah, Crash introduces himself as an agent of arts, and asks what the operation here is all about.
Kind of gives you a smile. You can see that he has quite a few missing teeth, very poor dental health and all. And he kind of laughs gently. Well, you see, I'm here to stir this pot. And he just keeps on stirring.
I interject in and go, you know they're just giving you a busy work because like they don't want you in the way. There's nothing in this pot. The only thing in there is the garlic that you just put in.
Garlic's a mighty fine base, son, and he just keeps stirring.
Crash
Okay,
asks-
weren't they? Time out. Weren't the whole thing is that people were getting abducted or kidnapped or whatever? Perhaps these are the people.
Oh. Yeah, Crash doesn't do the thinking. He just does the interrogation. Crash asks, who told you to stir the pot?
I always stir the pot. Stirring the pot is my job.
Who's in charge?
I'm in charge of this pot.
The pot is
Okay, we get it. You love the pot.
bad evil guy here.
We get it. You love the pot. You want to marry the pot. You want to have the pot's babies. But like, who? Now let's say there was something in the pot, and you were to give it to somebody. Who would you be giving it to?
Oh, the waiters take the things from the pot. I just stir the
Okay.
pot.
Who would they give it to?
The guests.
Who are the guests? You see where I'm going? Like, I feel like
The
I feel
people
like
that
you're
don't
being
stir the
one
pot.
opposite.
Interpolate, damn it.
Oh my god. So, Tor's like is like getting twitchy and like he is just like fiddling with the pin on one of his grenades, and he's just looking for a reason to drop it in this fucking pot.
Yeah, all right.
And he doesn't.
And he just keeps stirring.
All right, this guy clearly only knows about pots. Let's find somebody.
You know, let's ask who looks like they're in charge.
I want
Uh,
to find somebody cleaning dishes.
Cleaning dishes. Yeah,
I
there
wanna find somebody.
are a couple of those. Just people posted up the
Just-
sink, large.
Just as a sidebar, I pull somebody cleaning dishes, and I say, "Look, tell me everything you know, or I'm gonna have that frogman come over here and touch everything."
And then as he says that, you see my tongue like come out and lick my eye, and then go back in.
They're kind of confused. Everything about what? And they never stop cleaning as you're questioning them about everything that they know about some mystery subject in your head.
Crash
What do their
sighs.
hands look like? Are their hands like fine, or are their hands bloody or something?
Their hands are fine. You don't see any physical bruising or cuts or anything on any of them, hands or otherwise.
Crash pushes his shoulder out to one of the cleaners and says, could you get the spot right here? I got blown up a little bit ago."
Yeah, they sort of take one of their hands with the rag and start polishing one of your shoulders until it is squeaky clean, and then they go back to cleaning their dishes.
Is there a door besides the one we entered?
There's stairs leading up, and a door at the top of those stairs. That's where you see the waiters coming and going from as they come down to grab plates of food and bring back used dishes.
I tell one of them to do jumping jacks.
They continue to stir the pot.
Alright. Never mind. I thought maybe they were just like, they would just do whatever anybody told them. Like maybe they were loving people.
Crash coughs, which is weird because Crash doesn't have an esophagus. But Crash makes a throat clearing noise and goes, "Vampire says what?"
You hear just the old man stirring the pot going, "What?"
Crash kills him. Crash stakes him through his black heart. So yeah, I think we gotta go upstairs to get any answers here.
Fine.
Yeah, as much as I hate it.
Yeah, so is that
Let's go upstairs.
what you're doing? You're going up the stairs?
What are the people carrying plates of food wearing?
It looks to be just kind of like traditional butler type clothes, sort of black button down, white vest, bow tie, curtails.
Are there any spare clothing hanging up on the walls anywhere?
You could probably find some.
Maybe in
what are you
size
gonna
14x.
They're made for all races and body types, so there's probably spare types of anything that you're trying to find lying around.
Crash gestures Snug and Torres over to them while he puts a single bow tie around his neck.
What are you, a Chippendale dancer? What's
Yeah, I
the
give him
deal?
a pat on the back. I'm like, yeah, you look good, bud.
Alright, I'll put on,
It's Crash attempts to blush through his
Yeah.
mechanical exterior.
I'll put on a waiter getup.
Okay.
Yeah, I will too.
All right, so we have a robot, half orc, and a frog waiter.
I feel like I've heard this joke before.
Yeah. It doesn't end well.
Yeah. I head upstairs. I tail one of the actual waiters upstairs.
Do you bring any plates of food with you? Or do you just
If
follow
there are
up
any
yours?
laying around, yeah.
Okay. So as you head your way upstairs, you kind of come through the door and you enter into this very large, illustrious kind of ballroom. And there's just a sea of people everywhere, all over the place, all in very finely tailored suits and dresses, each wearing some sort of mask on their face, sort of just eating off the trays that the waiters are carrying around, and everyone seems to have a drink of some sort in their hand, also being
Are there any
waited on.
mirrors on the wall?
Any mirrors on the wall? Which wall? In
Yes!
in the
I'm
ballroom?
so glad I've recruited Torres into my vampire conspiracy.
Any mirrors anywhere? Like
There
on- you know.
there seems to be one large mirror at the top of a sort of like an entrance staircase. A different one that you came up, sort of like a two staircases that come down, or two balconies that come into one staircase that leads down into the ballroom.
Alright, so nobody's like standing directly in front of a mirror.
That's right.
Okay. What's Crash's finish on his body?
Very shiny on one shoulder.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just gonna make a mental note of that.
Very shiny gunmetal, or whatever Crash's normal colors are.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll walk around with the the waiter pose, holding my dish.
Yeah, as you walk around, people grab food off of your plate or drinks, whichever tray you kind of carried, and they put empty wrappers and toothpicks and empty glasses back on your tray once it is empty.
I make an obvious coughing gesture and make the universal gesture for like, can I have a tip, please?
Yeah, they don't care. they don't tip you, but they also don't seem to pick up on the gesture.
Okay.
Is there a stage in here, or is it strictly like restaurant style?
It's not really a restaurant. No one's seated. They're all sort of standing about, socializing.
Is
There-
it also a mix of races here as well, or mainly one race?
It appears to be a mix of races as well, but you cannot see any of their faces as everyone who is not staff is wearing a mask. In answer to the stage, there's no particular stage, but there is a kind of a small, flat area in the staircase, or right before the staircase where the mirror is. That kind of seems like it would be a focal point of the room, but it is not a stage. Pregnant wife things.
Yeah.
Is
I was gonna-
there like a table with a bunch of masks on it, or is it there nothing like that?
Yeah, there's a table with a bunch of masks lying around on it, but
I'd like to grab one of the masks and put it on.
Okay.
But what if they just thought you were wearing a frog mask?
So now you are
It's obviously not a mask.
a butler wearing a mask. What kind of mask did you grab off the table?
Frog mask.
Of course you did.
Crash just wants to like chill out and listen and see what he overhears.
And I would also like to try to blend in a little more, so I put down my my waiter utensils, and
Okay.
I try to eavesdrop.
Yeah, as you guys mill about, you don't really catch anything super crazy that you hear. Mostly it's just banal socializing. You catch a couple things about current events on the island of Jabarish, a couple night hotspots that you saw while you were questioning individuals earlier.
Do I hear anything about the strange, like, missing people?
No.
Isn't that what we're investigating, right? Missing people?
I
Yes.
thought we were investigating curtain events.
Well, curtain events, and then you guys.
It was vampires.
Crash turns it towards, no, it's definitely vampires. Don't worry about the other stuff.
You were sent to investigate curtain events by Sebs, and you interviewed some servants of what was her name, Lady something or other that I made up.
Marmalade.
Almondine.
Lady Ezra. You interviewed a couple of Lady Ezra's servants who talked about. You talked to the crazy crow guy in the shop
Yeah.
who talked about missing people, and you talked to Lady Ezra's servants about weird sightings that they had had.
So, like, as I hear people talking about, like, current events and strange happenings or something, I kind of, like, wander in and be like, yeah, how about all those people that had gone missing recently, right? Sure is pretty strange.
You get a couple kind of looks as they're not totally sure who this guy is, and as they kind of open up their circle to you, they sort of laugh. One of them kind of pats you on the shoulder and you're like, "It certainly is, isn't it? It certainly is very strange."
I want to do a thing. Wait, I should.
I chuckle.
I have the worst.
What?
The worst what?
I don't know. He just said, "I want to do the thing. I have the worst," and that's all I got.
I was gonna say discern realities, but my wisdom is really bad. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna discern realities about all this business.
About
Yeah,
what business? All the people?
I think I've put some of it together.
Okay, so I would like to ask. What should I be on the lookout for?
Vampires.
Vampires.
Usually vampires. I'm gonna start stating.
We can get through this whole room by daybreak. We can do it.
What should I be on the lookout for? I will say the party goers.
Maybe we're the vampires.
Ah, I Am Legend.
Robo vampire. Yeah, Crash looks around and things kind of start to tick into place. He signals, trying to be on the down low, that maybe the three of them should reconvene.
Let's go.
I chuckle and I pat the guy on the back and I say, yes, indeed. And I try to look at the partygoers and see if they're carrying any weapons or anything strange. If there's a common strange weapon or something they're carrying like that.
No, you don't notice any weapons on any of the party goers.
What
I
about?
want to pick.
So all their masks are different, right?
Yep. There doesn't seem to be
Do
any.
I see like maybe a like button or some kind of common theme in their attire?
No.
Okay. So I make my way
Shut
back
shit.
to Crash. I make my way back to Crash. Excuse myself.
I hand my tray to a party goer and say, "Hey, just you'll get the hang of it," and then I go reconvene with the other two.
So Crash says, I think we should move back to the kitchens. I think it's safe to talk there. Nobody really seemed to have their wits about them.
Okay.
Maybe that's what they wanted us to think.
So Crash spits his theory. I'm pretty sure that these hypnotized one-job kitchen staff are the missing people, right? Like, we got that, right?
I think that's what I think.
Sure.
Crash says, all right, so I know you're not supposed to, like, wake a sleepwalking person. Is it the same with a mind-controlled person? Like, if we try to take that dude's pot, is he gonna go crazy and hurt himself?
And like literally as you're saying that, I'm just like going to yank the pot out of his hand.
Well, he's not holding the pot. It's more like a cauldron, but
Okay. I stand between him and the cauldron.
You get stirred.
yeah, he he is still stirring.
I'm guessing I'm substantially bigger than this old guy because I'm a half orc.
I have no idea how big you are.
It's really strange because for some reason I could have sworn you were a goblin.
No. Well,
It's
I thought
'cause-
you were a human.
It's because his picture looks like a freaking goblin.
No.
Oh, is that what it is?
Picture is
Yeah,
a goblin,
the picture's a
it's the only
goblin
good- it's
bombardier.
the only good picture.
It's like
Because
a
this changes my entire view, and I think I'm still gonna just view you as a 3-foot tall orc now.
Maybe I could be a tiny orc.
babby
I'm
orc.
half orc. I was supposed to be half orc, so I'm like not as big as an orc, but slightly bigger. Than
Yeah.
You're an
He's-
orc, but an explosion blew your leg off at the knees, and it just went with it.
Yeah. No, he's half orc, half midget.
I like the idea of like rustling the jimmies of these guys and trying to get them to snap out of it.
Just no. You like the idea of rustling jimmies of just this old guy who just wants to stir his pot in peas.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I feel like somebody else wants him to stir that pot and peas, though.
It's true.
Someone needs a Jimmy Russell. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I scan the room for the most rustleable jimmies.
Yeah. So what are you doing? I guess you now you're.
No, literally, I scan the room for the most rustleable jimmies.
He turns on his Jimmy scanner.
I don't remember you getting that level up ability.
Yeah, it says it right here, forensic scanners, and the first thing you do in forensics is find who's jimmies to rustle.
Mm. I don't know what forensic scanners actually does, but
This is the old man.
I thought it was going to be a picture of Abe Pagoda for some reason.
Rest in peace.
yeah.
Alright, so I want to ask Chris, like, so do you have a plan for what we're gonna do, or are we just gonna sit in here and hang out?
Let's try to stop him from being able to stir. Let's restrain him. Like, hold his arms down
Alright,
and take his
big-
spoon away.
That sounds like a job for Big Robot.
Do we see any, like, collar or branding or anything on them that might be controlling them?
You don't see any jewelry adorning them.
What if they're just paid really well to be, like, really good servants?
Do Tors or Snug feel anything weird about the like butler garb? Is there anything in the suit weird?
I say it is very impeccably tailored. So, if that's weird.
If this is the butler life,
Yeah.
sign me up, you know, I'll start pot.
Yeah.
Nice suit.
Yeah. No. Nothing. Nothing really strange about the clothing.
Are we gonna do the thing?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold his arms down.
Okay. You are. Despite your best efforts, you are able to restrain this like 80, 90-year-old man. even though you are a frog.
Is he like freaking out or something, or just standing there?
You can feel him still trying to stir the pot, but he is unable to do so.
Can I feel it coming in the air tonight? Is anybody playing a sweet drum solo?
Yeah, you have.
Crash just now.
I'm gonna go back to the ballroom with my mask on.
Oh shit. Okay. Crash has an idea. As Snug just like puts a mask on and walks away while Crash is talking.
That sounds about right.
Okay, we don't want a scene upstairs, but we want who's ever in charge of the kitchens to get down here, right? So we have to make some sort of mayhem down here, and the manager will come take care of it, and we can pull them away from everybody upstairs. I'm thinking grease fire, and I know Tor's is too.
As like before you even finish the sentence, black powder into an oven.
As I hear you speak, you see Snug like you don't think he hears you, but for some reason you just see him walk faster.
So Tor takes like literally a handful of black powder and just like dumps it into a pot and throws it in the oven. He's like, okay, let's go upstairs.
Crash is like turned around thoughtfully, like going over this plan. Turns around, Snug is gone, and Tor's is baking powder.
And then running upstairs. Is that what you guys are doing?
After they run upstairs, Crash is like, "Wait, we're supposed to be down here to meet them when they come take care of it."
Well, it's way too late for that. Let's go up. I think you're gonna want to be upstairs in a few seconds.
Wow.
Crash agrees.
All right. So, yeah, you guys go back upstairs, and as you walk into the ballroom, I guess Torres is still in his butler outfit. Snug is disguised as a ball goer, a patron.
Disguised as a frog. Say it. I'm disguised as a frog.
Well, I was trying to say you were a party goer, not a butler. And then I think Crash is still just wearing a bow tie and looking awkward.
I think this is Crash's look. I don't think Crash has ever taken this bow tie off.
Oh, that's stylish. A classic look. So as you guys mingle back into the party, after a few moments, you hear a very loud explosion downstairs as the black powder goes off and blows up an oven. But you don't see anyone from downstairs rushing upstairs. But you do see a few guests head turn towards the stairway down.
Crash whispers to Torres, Torres, did you make a scene amounts of powder, or maybe murder a bystander amounts of powder?
It's a very fine line. Who knows? I really know these things.
Yeah, so
I look
go ahead.
and go, oh, someone, whoever is the owner of those kitchens should probably check on what's going on down there, because it sounds like their property might have been damaged.
Oh, he slipped back into his accent again.
A little bit. Depending on how much bourbon I've had.
Yeah. So are you just yelling that in the room, like trying
Yeah.
to drop a really weird hint that something happened?
Yeah.
All right. So as you yell this from up on the balcony, you see a somewhat familiar lady to two of you kind of stroll in, but you can tell that it's her, despite that the fact that she is also wearing one of the masquerade masks as she looks out in the balcony of her party, of her masquerade ball.
And who is this? Am I supposed to
Lady
know?
Ganondorf.
Like, does my character know?
No.
That's a weird-
No.
Snug and Crash met her
And
briefly.
does she seem to be heading towards the kitchens?
Right now, she's just sort of scanning out over the party. Not at the party.
Luckily,
Sorry,
I have a mask on.
at her party, not the party. She has emerged due to the ruckus in the kitchen, and as she begins to walk towards the stairs, you see her pass in front of the large mirror as she makes her way down.
And does she have a reflection?
She does have a reflection.
What is the reflection of?
Oh shit! I fucking nailed it.
Her skin is a vampire.
Did
Yeah.
you just do that on the fly?
Yes, I drew it. No, I didn't
You
try.
drew that?
No. I have no artistic ability. I just steal shit
Dude,
that
you
other
should've
people
kept
make.
with it. I would have been like, shit, dude.
I
But,
did.
like, did you make that on, not make, but goddamn,
Yes, I did.
did I just?
I did find the original picture, and then I did erase the mirror for one of them. That is the extent of my ability.
Okay. And
Better
this
ability
is-
than I have.
Also, is this accurate that, oh no, I guess it is. I was gonna say it looked like it was not actually a mirror image in the mirror, but I think that's just skeleton things. Hashtag skeleton things.
That's right, I think. It is intended to be a mirror image skeleton.
There's a spooky skeletal.
Yeah. And also, no one in the room seems to give a shit except for you three.
Oh, we give lots of shits.
I give no shits.
All right. So we know she's the big bad.
Well,
What do we
okay,
do about it?
that's jumping to some assumptions. Just because somebody has a skeleton reflection doesn't make them evil.
That's
I'm gonna-
true. That's true.
In character, I would like to say, could you literally play back the tape of what you just said? I just want you to hear yourself.
Crash says, yes, I literally can play back the tape of what I just said. And he rewinds and plays it. He says, yeah, it sounds a little silly now. I get it.
How many people have you known that have had creepy skeleton reflections that just wanted to throw fancy parties and hang out with weird hypnotized kitchen staff that may or may not be on fire right now?
Like, you say it as if you weren't the one that set them on fire.
No, I mean, anybody could have done that. First of all, how dare you accuse me?
And second of all, how dare you?
So yeah, does she pass down into the kitchens?
She sort of just passes down into the party and starts to mingle with the guests, just talking to them. Nothing crazy, but you see another familiar face from before. If I can find the right one, there you go. The
Remember, we're supposed to be on the lookout for the party guests.
the butler who led you about Lady Ezra's manor also comes down and passes in front of the mirror on his way.
Oh shit.
Even spookier.
Dude, I need to play some Darkest Dungeon right now.
And he also passes across in front of the mirror, and you see his reflection as he then heads down and goes off into the kitchens to take care of whatever sort of cacophony is happening down there.
Crash says, okay, ignoring the weird shit, everything's going according to plan. Let's go corner some butler.
Well, time out. What was our actual job here? Just to find out what was going on? Like,
To
I
investigate
feel-
the missing persons. We found the missing persons, now we need a way to set them free. And I think,
Or bring their
You know,
clothes.
that wasn't really part of our job description.
I mean, do you want to just observe and report? Do you want to peace out and just call it in? Because
I'm just saying, technically that was the job, right? Is observe and report.
I think technically we weren't supposed to set them on fire either, but that ship has sailed, so we need to press on.
Crash says, we can leave here, or we can leave here with the missing persons. And I know which one will make us look cooler when we get back home.
Snug gives out like a low sigh croak and says, for like the 4th time, I'm gonna die, aren't I?
Yes, you are, my friend. Let's go be heroic.
Crash says, look, I've died before. It's not so bad.
You
I
have.
haven't before. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. Stick with me.
Crash promises, if you die, I'll bring back some of your spinal column. That's all they need these days.
The technology's really advanced.
But yeah, so I follow him down, and I wait at the door to see if Snug and Tors come through before barricading it.
I feel like they're gonna be really upset if we like find these missing people, we bring them back, and they're like, and what else happened? And we're like, they walked from a mirror, they were skeleton monsters, and we said, okay, cool, you just hang out being skeleton monsters, we'll just bring
But, I mean, that we can report, but we can do the job we were sent to and then come back later to clean up. But I don't want to fight an entire room full of people who may or may not be bad.
Alright.
Just to kill one skeleton lady.
Okay. Well, but there's more than one. We know the whole room is probably skeleton people.
Well, yeah, I don't want to fight a whole room of skeleton people either. I'll be one skeletal butler. That's my limit for today. I've got hit points to deal with one skeletal butler.
You coward.
I agree. I don't even know if I have hit points to deal with that. So let's kill the butler.
All right, Tors, you're front and center. We're support crew. Go kill the skeleton butler. But as soon as Snug and Tors are through, I use bend bars, lift gates to bend the corners of the door in such a way that they will no longer open. I wanna jam them shut.
All right.
I think I do have to make a roll for bend bars, lift gates though. Yeah, strength.
Yeah.
That
You strung
can-
the shit out of it.
You
I
have
can choose 3. I'll choose it doesn't take a long time, it doesn't make an inordinate amount of noise, and I can fix the thing again without a lot of effort. So, yeah. But it does in fact destroy something of value. So the doors will not work well again, but
okay.
I do it quickly and deftly.
Gotcha. Yeah, you have done this thing.
All right. So yeah, I gesture after you, Tors. Go fight your one skeleton, and we'll see if we feel like taking out a room of them afterwards.
Alright. So now the butler is. Can you? I want to kind of get regain my bearings a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So the door you just bent was the door between the kitchen and the ballroom,
That's right.
Yes.
and we are on the kitchen side.
Yes. With
And
a bunch
butler's
of
with us.
slave cooks and a butler.
Well, a bunch of slave cooks, a butler, and one of the house guard who also came down to explore the loud explosion in the kitchen that happened at the
Alright.
party where he works.
No.
Right? I tell Tors, congratulations, you get to fight more skeletons than you wanted to.
Nobody's perfect.
From where I am, or when he was walking through the room, did I get a good look at the staff of his?
You got an okay look at the staff. You do notice that he seems to be holding it with an air of authority. It's got a very glowy, sparkly bit at the tip. I don't actually know how well versed you are in any sort of magical thing. So you probably...
I'm not, but I'm just mainly I'm looking forward to see if it is like releasing mist or not.
You do see a small yellow trail dripping from the orb on the staff.
Shit. Good call, Snug.
And that was the
Butler.
That was the butler. Okay.
Yeah, I'll name them.
Where are the staff? Like, where is everybody in the room? Like, are we? I just want to see. Basically, when I blow
There you
things
go.
up, I just want to see who I'm putting in the most imminent danger.
So from where you guys come down the stairs, you can see the butler was the last one to come down, so he is the closest towards you. The house guard rushed in after you guys had left, but before the butler had shown his face and come down the stairs. He's further in the room, sort of trying to pull a couple mangled staff from the explosion near the oven that you dumped the gunpowder. And then there is an assortment of other staff who are still basically they're all still seeing to their tasks. Your favorite old man is still off in the corner stirring the pot that's no longer where you left it. Someone vacuuming in your house, Logan?
Oh, no. It does this sometimes. I don't know why. Might be.
Okay. Yeah, so everyone else is still attending to their cooking and preparing tasks, except for the few who are now permanently on the disabled list thanks to Tors's kitchen terrorism.
I prefer Kitchen Freedom Fighter.
History will tell that tale, won't it?
So I'll yell at the butler and the guard and say, look, you don't have to get blown up. You just let us leave with your kitchen folks, and we will be on our way. And we definitely won't tell anybody about everything that we saw here.
Without even turning back to you, you see the butler sort of lift up the staff and tap it on the ground. As he does this, you can kind of feel sort of a pulsing of energy in the room and almost a crackling sound as all of the remaining staff members seem to stop their household tasks and start heading towards you.
Okay. I would like to. Oh man, what do I have? All my abilities are like blow up everything and everybody around you dies. Oh man. Okay. I would like to lower my flintlock pistol and aim it at the staff, at the top of the staff.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
You do not manage to hit the staff, but you do manage to miss the staff in such a way that you hit one of the oncoming servants, as they are now quite a few of them gathering in front of you, kind of just right now trying to reach out and grab hold of you.
I feel like my nickname from now on is going to be collateral damage.
Tors, those are what we're saving. Those are what we're saving.
I'm trying to hit the staff. It is not my fault that I somehow missed and ricocheted the bullet. Perhaps injured or maimed or killed an innocent bystander. I'm only half human.
Mm-hmm.
So Crash looks at the oncoming horde and notices at most they're carrying like some kitchen knives and maybe some ladles and heavy pans and things, and thinks his armor is up to the task, and just puts his arms out and tries to kind of corral them away from Tors and Snug.
Yeah. I will say, since we are approaching 9 o'clock, I don't know if any of you guys have time restrictions. We can either call this before you all start throwing down in here, or we can throw down. I don't care either way. but other people might have work tomorrow.
I'm kind of worried
I
about
do have work
Snugs.
tomorrow.
I also have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
How much longer do you think it would be?
I have no idea because it depends a lot on you guys not rolling sixes and lower.
I mean, I think we've established that that is probably
Yeah.
going to happen.
That's what I'm saying is like I didn't think it'd take you guys like an hour to fight 2 of those trees when you guys fought 6 of them in like 40 minutes the other night.
Yeah, well, could we maybe look for a non-combat solution to this problem?
You can try to, but you have invaded a party of evil skeletons and also terrorized their kitchen with explosives.
Yeah, but
And-
I blocked a door, and there's a
and-
straight tunnel back to freedom. We just got to deal with one butler and
That
a
is-
armed guard.
That is true. Those are the 2 that you have to deal with, but I don't see you talking your way past those 2.
I was really hoping Tor's shooting the orb thing would have gone better. That seemed like a great way to expedite this.
It did seem
I
like a
came
good
so
plan.
close.
Yeah.
I could smoke bomb. Like, I took this ability just so I
Mhm.
could yell smoke bomb and make hasty retreat.
You're really gonna yell smoke bomb and not ninja vanish?
I think for the first time, smoke bomb, and then we'll work our way up to ninja vanish.
Hmm.
All right, so maybe we know enough about the situation because I'm pretty low on hit points, and they don't come back.
Yeah.
And I know Snug is. Maybe we do just want to smoke bomb and vanish, and maybe somebody makes a dex check to try and steal the orb on our way out.
I'll do it.
Yeah, don't look at me.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Let's do it.
It's-
Smoke bomb. Do I have to make a dex check just to drop a smoke bomb?
Lodge them into me as I bulldoze through this crowd of
Oh.
squishy
you're
human meat.
you're gonna do the trail of smoke leading directly to you maneuver.
Yup. Anybody who
Um,
wants to chase us gets a faceful.
I would say you do not have to make a dex check to just like drop a smoke bomb if it's gonna fill the whole room. If you're trying to like throw a smoke bomb to a specific place, then that would probably be a dex check.
Oh, I also have tear gas, but I feel like they're skeletons and they don't really cry very much. So I'm gonna say that's probably not a good idea.
That sounds like a new song.
I have tear gas, but it won't work because skeletons don't have
Spooky,
tear gas.
scary skeletons don't cry.
Oh, wait, so wait, if we're, how are we gonna
No
grab the?
tear gas, no cry.
How are we gonna grab the staff? Like, what is the plan for that?
I don't know. I don't want to leave empty-handed. Worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna take a couple servants under each arm and head out. But I can't just like leave here having done nothing.
All right, I'll Hey, hey Snug, how dexterous is that there, creepy tongue of yours?
Not very.
Like you couldn't reach out and snatch an orb-like thing from a
I
structure.
have never tried, but
Well, you're about
there's
to.
a first time for everything, I guess.
What spells have you not been excommunicated from today?
Magic weapon and turn undead. Oh, I have turn undead.
Shit! What the fuck? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing
God,
with your
I do.
I was hoping you guys would go the whole fucking time without realizing that he was a goddamn cleric.
He should realize that.
Okay, so I guess then we'll just run.
Right.
No, turn undead. No.
New plan. Crash is gonna bulldoze a path to the exit. Snug is gonna
Okay.
turn undead the butler. Torres is gonna grab for the staff, and then we all book it through the path I make.
And then smoke bomb.
Yeah, no, smoke bomb happens before, during, and after the entirety of the plan.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna try to turn undead here.
Yep.
Okay.
So here comes the roll.
Should we all three make our rolls at once? I'll make my bulldoze run. Torres makes his His
Yeah.
next run to steal it.
Yeah,
That makes it
I would
turn
like
undead
I would
roll.
like all 3 rolls at the same time.
You
Nice,
got
I'm
it.
gonna count it down.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
Yeah.
Nobody failed terribly.
That's right. You got 2 partial
I killed it.
successes. You did.
Okay, so on a full success, I can daze intelligent undead and
Mhm.
cause mindless undead to flee.
Yeah. These are not mindless
And no
undead.
undead may become, and no undead come within reach of me.
Okay. So they're definitely not coming after you. And they are both momentarily
Dazed.
dazed. So
Which
Tor's
should help with stealing.
Tor's made a partial success on his orb snatch, right?
Indeed.
So I will say either you manage to snatch the orb, but they have snap out of their momentary daze due to the act of aggression, or
Yep.
you realize that they are stunned and will probably smack the shit out of you if you grab the, or not smack the shit out of you, but will pursue you if you grab the orb, but you decide not to grab the orb and run away instead.
Well, I'm gonna take the chance of them pursuing because I have smoke bomb. So I'll grab it and risk the pursuit. And
Okay.
then also
Smoke
also
bomb.
smoke
Okay. And then Crash's partial success was for clearing a
Just
path.
clearing a path through these workers to the entrance.
Okay, so you managed to clear most of the workers, but one of the 2 of your compatriots are going to have to make a dex check not to get tripped up in the stragglers, and you get to pick
Do I
which.
have to choose?
Yeah, you
Hold on.
you have to pick which one.
Snug's almost dead, but Taurus has the orb.
It's a tough choice.
Yeah, it's gotta be Snug. Snug's got it. Snug's a frog. He can jump over anything. Oh, yeah. Even you, Snug.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, because also, you know, they're going to try to kill you.
Well, as long as I have a holy symbol, they can't come near me.
Uh,
The undead can't.
the undead
The
can't.
staff are very much alive.
Well, I mean, who's to say whether or not they're alive? What is really living, you know?
You're right. I have now retconned that the skeletons are alive and are not affected by turn undead. You've convinced me of it.
Here comes my +0 dex roll.
I have then decided that the party is dead.
A partial.
Partial success.
Do you just kill a man? You're being stopped. Do you just murder him?
I would say that on a partial success for this, either you are slowed down by them, so the undead will have more time to try to hamper you, or one of them is able to stab a kitchen knife into you as you run past and do slight damage as you run through.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the choice is either
You get slightly left behind by your companions, or take some amount of damage.
Kinda on a tight schedule. Snug.
yeah, so I will take some kind of damage.
All right, roll a d4.
Jeez, I wish you could heal.
He tried real hard. That was his first action of this.
Oh my!
What? How much HP are
This
you
is-
at?
This is reduced by armor, though, right?
It was on a partial, so is it full damage?
I will say it is reduced by armor, but it is the full 4. Well, 4 minus armor.
Okay,
What's your HP at, Snugs?
I'm at 2.
Oh, so it'll only put you at 1, right? That's whatever.
No, I'm at 2 right now.
Yeah, so it would have only put you at 1, right? Or do you have 2 armor?
Yeah, it would have put me at 1.
Oh, yeah, no big deal.
Sorry, we found a stolen briefcase out behind our apartment tonight, and the guy who it was stolen from just called. I'm gonna make sure I talk to him.
It sounds like a
What's going on?
scam.
Did you
No,
find a
like-
briefcase full of cocaine?
No, I wish. That'd be awesome. No, it's like people like break into cars on our block and then just like dump the shit out in an alley behind our house.
Oh.
That sounds
Which
lovely.
didn't have the guy's passport, which is why I was like, oh, and he wasn't a citizen, is like a Salvadorian passport.
Now this really sounds like a scam.
Yeah.
I was like, he probably wants his passport back.
No,
gave
he's
it-
going
it's
to
whatever.
break into your place and murder you.
I gave it to the police. He doesn't have my information.
Except your phone
I'm
number, which he called you.
So,
My Google Voice number.
Mm.
so
So-
Snug is getting stabbed. He's getting a stab on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I cleared a perfect path for him, and he was like, "No, I think I'm gonna take a little trip to Stab Town."
Yeah.
That's not
good.
So
I don't
n-
think
so
I
n-
don't remember that.
At the same time, he also took a trip to 2 HP Town, apparently. So,
Yeah, so if I get touched again,
a,
you
a-
guys go on without me.
a strong wind will put him down at this point.
Snug's like, "Go on without me," and Crash is like, "Yeah."
No, I'm
already
going
out the
to.
door.
Yeah.
So in addition to in addition to a smoke bomb, I also have some tear gas. So if you guys just want to like barrel ahead, I can follow behind you and just toss a tear gas canister over my shoulder.
You've
Peace on out.
got the orb, so as far as I'm concerned, like you've reached VIP status.
Yeah.
So like, no, yeah, drop whatever you can to get out of there safely.
All right, I drop tear gas. Oh man, I'm low on grenades.
We'll stock up. I'm low on life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you drop a tear gas grenade. All right, and you're VIP, right? So you're in the front.
Yep, and I'm booking it on out.
Here we
So
go.
so Crash and Snug are both running through a tear gas grenade.
Yeah, we are.
Crash in front of Snug to be
Crash doesn't have tear ducts.
clear.
You're right.
Crash is fine. With
Crash
tear
does
gas.
not have tear ducts, but frogs have relatively large eyes. So what does the tear gas grenade do?
In porous skin.
And porous
So-
skin.
I breathe through my flesh. Why would
Become
So what does this grenade do? Is my question.
sickened, weak,
Okay.
and shaky. So that's a -1 to Constitution, Dexterity, and Strength while
Man.
in the cloud.
You know what those sound like? The 3 stats that you need to run away from crazy things chasing you.
Yeah, it does.
Well, Crash, pick him up.
he can jump onto me. He's a frogman.
Yeah.
Alright, Crash looks over his shoulder. Does Snug look like he's okay, or are they pretty close to him?
They are gaining on him at this point due to his weak, shaky, sickly 2 HP hobbling.
So repeat.
And also, Snug can't see that they're catching up to him because his eyes are full of tear gas. And also his skin.
As I'm running away, I'm yelling, "I'm helping!"
Crash yells back, "Snug, you okay? Need a little help? You could ask for help from me. You could ask me for help."
You hear a low, defeated croak.
Is that a yes croak or a no croak?
I think I'm just gonna try to book it. I mean, I don't know, because you're just gonna have to come back to save me anyway, and that puts both of us in danger.
I was gonna drop my hammer and let you ride it like a sled.
Oh my god, please do that.
Yeah, we can try to do that. I have to find the hammer and tear gas, though. Just let you
Yeah.
know.
I wouldn't worry about finding it. I would worry about finding it too hard.
Yeah. How well you find it.
You are at 2 HP, so I don't... Yeah, alright, I'm gonna drop the hammer. I'm gonna throw the hammer directly down into the dirt, and then keep running. So you've got about 4 seconds of me booking it before the chain is taut and that hammer comes hauling along behind me.
Okay. What do I do to find the hammer?
I don't know.
To be fair,
What are you going to do to find the hammer?
Oh, I know. Cast holy weapon and look for the glow.
Yeah, okay. No, but it's the weapon I hold while casting.
Oh. God, God doesn't owe you one by now.
I have a light rote. I have the light rote.
Yeah, cast light on the hammer.
Yeah, I'm going to. Let me make sure. It's an item you touch.
So that goes back to the first problem: is how the hell are you going to touch this hammer, bro?
How good's your hearing? If I like rattle the chain, can you find it in the smoke?
I'm going to cast my guidance rote.
Oh.
Guidance
And
roach.
the symbol of my deity, deity appears before me and gestures towards the direction that your deity would have you take, then disappears.
Okay.
Message is through gesture only. Your communication through this spell is severely limited.
what if the deity is just like back into the ball?
I'm putting my faith in my deity right now.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's a rote. Do you still roll for rotes?
Don't know what a rote is, so
Pretty sure
probably.
you do.
Okay.
I
I think you do. I think it's just it's like spells that you have
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, it's probably like I'd say probably either int or wisdom. Probably wisdom for a rote.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
If we're casting a spell, it's wisdom. So this is happening now.
Ugh.
Yeah. It
Doing all those good rolls for.
so so the best part is that it picks the symbol of your deity, right? Is that what you said?
The god of bloody conquest.
Yeah. So you see this whatever ideal version of your god of bloody conquest is, which I assume is some kind of badass frog warrior, right?
Yes. Made of blood.
Made of like just covered in blood. It's dripping off of him.
In blood.
Holding this giant two-handed warhammer, two-handed for a normal being warhammer in one hand, glowing that kind of signature red, as he kind of looks at you, smirks a little bit. I guess you've had enough. He turns around and he flings the hammer down in the direction towards Crash, and it kind of spins through the air and just lands directly overlapping with Crash's hammer. So now you have
grab
this
the
glowing red beacon that is in the same place as Crash's hammer.
I go towards the beacon and grab the hammer.
All right.
Also, Blood Frog was the name of my high school metal band.
Yeah, so you have grabbed onto this hammer. This shaky,
Okay.
weak, sickly frog is now holding onto this hammer as
Clinging onto it.
Crash and Torres continue to bolt down this freaking cave.
This game's the best.
Yeah, do I need to make any checks to pull the extra weight, or am I just like slowed a little?
I think you're pretty much fine. Snug's
One
not
frog
really,
man is pretty negligible for me.
yeah, Snug's not really that much weight to begin with, and you're a giant robot. And also, he's not really putting up much of a fight anymore.
Just curled in the fetal position around this hammer.
Yeah,
Seriously,
he's had a real bad day.
Does anything of consequence happen between us and the mouth of this cave?
No, you're able to put a decent amount of distance between yourself and the pursuing servants. They sort of are bumbling around the cave, blinded by the tear gas, and not really able to pursue at a very quick pace. The skeletons are still sort of warded off from the only thing Snugs managed to do productive this session, which was cast Turn Undead.
Alright, Crash calls in for emergency evac as soon as we're clear.
Yeah, as you guys clear the cave, the emergency evac call goes out, and I think we'll wrap it up there.
Sounds good.
All right. So, end of session. We'll start with
Are you level like 50 now, Snug?
yeah.
I'm level 3.
You were level 1 at the beginning of this, weren't you?
I was level 1, but I was actually level 2 in XP.
I see.
XP time. Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with Crash. You got alignments and bonds and whatnot.
Crashes is make someone acknowledge the effort you've put forth.
Yeah.
Constantly seeking validation. I don't think he fucked up anything like big and showy, and he had a pretty cool plan, and he saved Snug. He
Yeah.
finally
Times, yeah.
got to pull Snug out of a pit.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say,
toboggan him on his hammer.
yeah, I'm saying I Snug with our relationship. I was going to try to find a way to, Crash isn't as useless as he seems, and, you know, I think he's a good part of this. I think he's earned his position.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Crash's alignment. That
Yeah.
is all he is after.
Plus, I think
So Bond-
didn't Tors compliment your sweet bow tie as well?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
this
he
is the
look like a
best
chicken
day of
mouth dancer?
Crash's life.
This is almost as good as when his dad acknowledged his existence the other week.
Daddy love me.
Yeah, go on.
Let's see. Heligon's not here. Bones isn't here. Tors got Tors came through with a clutch explosion. Eventually,
Remember that
I
grenade?
think this is
was exploded in
changing.
the belly?
Yeah. It seems like I'm almost a target for Tors' explosions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think my feelings toward Tors have changed from, oh man, I'm really resistant. Explosions will be great in concert with my existence, to, okay, I've almost died today, and every time it's involved Tors' explosions. I think I'm gonna change it to Tors has managed to be a danger even to my health.
Yeah.
Um,
That makes me so
and-
happy.
With Snug, Snug and I are definitely off on the wrong foot. He watched me struggle in a fire and threw a hammer at me. I'm going to change it to, I have done Snug a couple solids. I hope he warms up to me because of it.
Yeah. That sounds good. All right, Snug. What do you got going on?
Well, I didn't harm anyone to prove the superiority of my church.
Well, unless yourself counts.
Yeah, seriously. And I updated my bond to say that Crash has earned his position and proven to be a friend, and I must find some way to repay him.
Okay.
Torres is still a madman in my eyes.
Yes. Mad dog, mad dog.
Mad Dog. Fair enough. And then Tors, what you got?
So my alignment cause explosive mayhem. Yes and
Yes, fulfilled.
Yeah, so you probably got that one.
I want to amend that to saying like, I think that just since it would be so easy for me to just do that all the time, like it's got to be above and beyond just like throwing grenades in a fight. Like it's got to be like
Yeah,
Like an act of.
powder into an oven.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair
I
enough.
agree.
I am good with that.
For bonds with Crash, I have Crash has shown that he can take a licking and keep on ticking. I won't hesitate to put him in danger.
That sounds like it's still pretty standard for you.
Yeah, I did that too. And then I feel like I should have a new bond with Snug that says something like he is
White frogs can't jump.
person. Yeah, white frog can't jump. Snug, I feel like Snug is a squishy frog person who needs to be coddled and can't be trusted in
Man.
combat.
Yeah, that's like a huge insult to
The Frog
blood
Warriors.
the frog warrior battle cleric that he is. That's
It
good.
is. It is.
All right. Yeah, I'm down with that. And then so at regular end of session stuff, did we learn something new and important about the world? Anyone?
Vampires.
Really spooky skeleton people
Yeah.
that are enslaving individuals exist.
Yeah, spooky
Yeah,
skeleton
mind,
people.
Mind control and skeleton people.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
It's true. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
We ran from a lot of notable monsters and
You
enemies.
you did run from a lot of notable monsters or enemies.
Wait, time out. This is really important. Do I still have my frog mask?
I mean, you never took it off.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you have
It's
it.
going in the inventory.
You have it, but it is full of your tears as you ride on this hammer to safety. Yeah, and did we loot a memorable treasure? You do have a frog mask, so.
And an orb. I took-
There,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm,
Yeah,
yeah,
totally.
yeah, you got the orb, but the frog mask though, that was the important thing I was leading you towards.
I'm marking it for Frog Mask, but in my heart, I know that we also got an orb.
That's right. So I guess Tors can add the orb to his inventory so that we don't forget that you guys got it. And yeah, we'll call it there.
Word. Good sesh.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go eat dinner because I haven't eaten anything since.
There you go.
Alright. See you guys.
Yep.
Have a
See
good
ya.
one.
There you go. Another
Play some Monster Hunter.
session completely fucking freewheeled.
Best system in a.
Yeah, because I'm really good at this.